felt compelled to make this video today after I just watched a TikTok that brought me to tears. And the message was simple, that love conquers all, conquers so many things. The story was of this girl who had barely any money, any food. She was exhausted, and she showed that in the video. She had dark circles under her eyes, and her hair was a mess, and she was tired, and she was hungry. And she saw a homeless man walking by her, and God told her to give her food away to him. And her message was clear, that don't say that you can't help someone. Don't ever say that you don't have something you can offer. If you don't have $1 to your name, if you don't have food to give, pray for them. Pray for people who are struggling, homeless, addicted, or hurting. It's something that's really near and dear to my heart. I didn't really share much about this before, but my brother struggled with addiction, and he has since passed away. And during that time, he was homeless on and off, starving and struggling. And I remember the few times I did see him, I would go take him to eat, or go buy him some new clothes or new socks for his feet. You know, sometimes we can't dig people out of their troubles or their problems, but we can lend an offering hand of what it is that you have in the moment, whatever it is. And her message was about letting go of her wants and her needs in that moment, and to do what Jesus would do. Do you remember those bracelets we used to wear back in high school? I know I do. They used to say, WWJD, what would Jesus do? And people would say, if you're ever in doubt, just look down at your bracelet and ask, what would God do in this moment? What would Jesus do? And so that's my message for you today, to go out and help somebody, even if you're hurting. You know, it says in the Bible that when we're suffering and we can offer our hands to those who are hurting, there's so much grace that we get upon our own lives, right? God sees that. He sees those moments, and we will be rewarded tenfold for that. But the greatest reward is not needing anything in return, but doing things out of the kindness of your heart. You know, I'm not into politics. I'm not into debates about who's right or wrong. But I am here to say that I know the word of the Lord. I do know what's right and wrong in the Bible and how to live righteously. You know, we've all had a past. We've all made mistakes, including myself. But there's redemption in those mistakes. And there's pain that can come from those mistakes. The pain comes, but then it's turned into a purpose. You turn that pain into a purpose. You know, that's the best thing you can do with your pain, is turn around and help somebody else. And that's what today's message was about. Go out there, go be God's love, go be God's light, shine your light, radiate that kindness, do what's right. At the end of the day, you know, treat someone else how you would want to be treated. We learned that when we were young, right? If you saw someone hungry, or they saw you hungry, then you do the right thing and you feed them, and you would want to be fed, right? We all know that feeling. If you're thirsty and someone offers you a water, it's the best feeling in the world, isn't it? You know, I think to reflect and be grateful on all the things we have in this life is super important too, because it's like the littlest things that make me happy. Food, water, shelter, transportation, all of them. Those are the things we take for granted because we just wake up and they're there, right? Well, I've been in a house fire before. I've lost everything. I've seen it all, you know. And once it's all gone, you're like, wow, I should have taken that thing and been more grateful for it. Go out there today. Be kind. Spread gratitude, love. And even if you're hungry and thirsty, do God's work. You'll always be repaid tenfold. But it's not about the repayment. It's about living righteously, living true to the Word, to the Lord, and doing the right thing. So with that being said, friends, go out there today. Be amazing. All my love and light.